Do you see what Whoopi Goldberg said?
What'd she say?
Whoopi Goldberg said that Biden could arrest all the Republicans and put them in jail. You just need to see how unhinged this kind of thinking is. Well, you know what Joe Biden could do? Joe Biden, you have to see it because it's so
on TV.
crazy.
She said
on television.
Joe Rogan has had it with the woke nonsense coming from the borderline illiterates over at The View. He's been torching Democrats of late on his show, and this exchange with his guest conservative activist Chris Rufo provides a powerful window into how more and more Americans are getting red-pilled and leaving the political left permanently. Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your Patriot Professor, here to help you stay sane during these insane times. So make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button, and let's dive right in.
Find that now, Jamie, because it's so...
Let's look at a scenario where the Supreme Court says, yes, he has that. He has all those rights. He is immune from everything. Yeah. You know what Joe Biden could do since he is presently president?
What?
Whoa. He could throw every Republican in jail.
Yeah.
I mean,
Claps.
he could. I mean, no. This is not a good thing. Because he would have totally, he could go. What this means is he could do anything.
That's not what it means at all.
Yeah, no.
But the fact that she says that so confidently, like if you're willing to let Donald Trump use presidential immunity, that means Joe Biden could just go crazy and arrest all the Republicans. Because that's what that means. No, that's not what that means, even a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
no,
you just added a whole bunch of stuff to what that means.
I mean, in fairness, though, I mean, The View has to be, you know, if you average out The View hosts, among the dumbest people on television.
Truer words have never been uttered. How did the Billy Madison professor put it? Whoopi, everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to you. Now, just to show you how absurd this woman is, on the same show, she said this.
Tremendous bad management of entitlements. There's tremendous amounts of things, numbers of things you can do.
Yeah, we could put you in jail. For all of your entitlements.
Now, you put those two statements together, you overlap them, and what you find out is that Whoopi just made the single best argument for presidential immunity imaginable. This is exactly what Viva Frei pointed out in a tweet. It's brilliant. Bottom line, what Whoopi doesn't seem to get here is that presidential immunity does not mean that a president can do whatever he wants, like throw everybody in jail or kill anyone he wants, or that a president could never, ever be prosecuted after leaving office, no matter what he did. That's not presidential immunity. I know that's the nonsense you hear from Rachel Maddow and from all these other far leftists over at MSNBC that I'm sure Whoopi is availing herself of, but that is not presidential immunity. Presidential immunity, very simply, states that criminal prosecution of a former president must be predicated on impeachment and conviction. Impeachment in the House, conviction in the Senate. Otherwise, what? If criminal prosecution is not based on congressional impeachment and conviction, then what? Then people like Whoopi can threaten every single subsequent president she doesn't like with indictments, just like she just did right there, right in that segment. She just made the best case imaginable for presidential immunity. Without the objective standard of prior congressional impeachment and conviction, post-presidential prosecution will be used as a weapon against every single subsequent president from here on in. Every president from now on will be sued multiple times. But of course, because she's so woke, Whoopi can't even remotely see it. Are you looking to get out of your job in this economy and maybe considered a business or franchise opportunity, but you were put off by the $1 million price tag? I could not recommend more tapping into the parallel economy with your own online e-commerce store business and gaining a life of freedom. My friend and fellow patriot Alex Albedon has a tremendous track record of building successful online businesses for Turley talkers in our community, and I'm so grateful to have him sponsoring this video today. He's a member of Trump's International Golf Club. He's a close ally of President Trump's, and he's a multi-million-dollar online entrepreneur. He's the real deal. Alex offers an amazing program where he personally helps you launch your own online e-commerce store. So he'll help you with everything from selecting products, creating your store, marketing your products, much, much more. And all for a fraction of the cost to start a traditional business opportunity. Gang, seriously, stop dreaming. Turn your dreams into reality. Discover how you can apply your business ability and Alex's framework for online success to create a positive impact for you and your family. Book a free consultation with Alex to learn more by clicking on the link below or visiting yourecombusiness.com/Turley. Thanks, Alex.
Whoopi is certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a well thought out. It's like if you had an idea for a premise and it was totally baked and half baked and you went on stage with it and just fucking it's nothing
just
there.
Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing there. Sometimes comics do that.
Yeah, and
fun.
The other question is then, is that representative of a big constituency? I think probably yes.
Well, a lot of
MSNBC
people,
viewers are probably also thinking,
I don't even think the MSNBC viewers. I think
that's
they're a
too
little
far.
bit more sophisticated than that.
Yeah.
This is like low information, blue no matter who, like older housewives who are mad at the world. That's the appeal that Whoopi Goldberg has. Does Whoopi have children?
No idea.
It's interesting too, like really politically motivated older women who don't have children.
Yeah,
they're very specific. Like you can kind of guess the way they think. I would like to see like what the stats are on older post-menopausal women with no children and how they lean politically.
Yeah, college educated. Yeah.
Oh, it is like.
Yeah, no, it's
I
extreme.
bet it's like
Yeah.
my fans being male.
Well, Joe, we got the stats for you, my friend. Your wish is my command. In the last midterms back in 2022, CNN exit polls found that nearly 70% of self-identified unmarried women voted Democrat, 68% to be exact. Married women tend to vote Republican, but unmarried women overwhelmingly vote Democrat. In fact, an American Enterprise Institute study found that unmarried women were joining blacks as the Democrats' most reliable supporter demographic. And unfortunately, they're a growing demographic. That's one of the reasons why, it's one of the reasons contributing to Democrat electoral success of late. Single adults have gone from 13% of the population in 1960 to now 30%. And again, a good portion of that is women. Single women now number upwards of 40 million in the United States, which is comparable to the black voting bloc, which is around 46 million. Now, in terms of whether what Whoopi says resonates with Democrat voters, again, we do have stats on that as well. According to the latest survey from Rasmussen, 57% of Democrat respondents, nearly 6 in 10, said they would support their representatives refusing to certify the election results were Trump the winner. 6 in 10 Democrats would support Congress not certifying the results of a Trump win. That's pretty astonishing, especially given that they claim to be the ones that are upholding democracy. And Chris Rufo, Rogan's guest, pointed that tension out.
This is a contest where Democrats are saying essentially, we have to destroy democracy in order to save democracy. Democracy has very different meanings in the two usages in that sentence. We have to destroy democracy as we've traditionally known it, electing a president through a vote of the people, in order to save democracy, which is ruled by expert opinion, ruled by the bureaucracy, and essentially left-wing hegemony, left-wing domination over institutions. And as someone who tries to maximize whatever I can do to push forward on these issues politically, it's not lost on me that if they can wipe out someone like Donald Trump, you know, we're all table stakes relatively.
Yeah.
And they're going to have no hesitation, because once they cross the Rubicon, metaphorically speaking, you know, that's when dissent becomes a crime. And we've already seen that. I reported on the kind of gender ideology in schools and work with some of the parent groups that were trying to mobilize. And they all got put on an FBI list. We know this for sure. A FBI counterterrorism list.
Jeez.
That was specifically for parent school board protesters. So if you participate in the democratic process, we'll turn you into a criminal.
Now, that was brilliantly put. What we have to understand is that the Democrats and the ruling establishment in general, they talk about democracy. They use the term democracy in a very different way than we do. Scholars make a distinction between what they call pragmatic democracy and redemptive democracy. There are those of us who actually want to restore democracy to our politics. That's what's technically called redemptive democracy, which is a democratic process that honors the will of the people. In other words, it's basically the very definition of the term democracy, which is the rule of the demos, the people. But the Democrats are actively attempting to redefine democracy as involving solely what the permanent political class wants. That's what's called pragmatic democracy. So pragmatic democracy involves the various ways in which the ruling class, our modern-day oligarchs, govern in accordance with their own values, interests, and concerns that are growing increasingly alienated from the values, interests, and concerns of the people, of the demos. And you heard Chris put it brilliantly. He pointed out that the logical outworking of this distinction, of the establishment redefining democracy as oligarchical rule, the logical outworking of that is the criminalization of democratic participation, real democratic participation. Concerned parents at a school board meeting are now on an FBI terrorist list. Democratic participation becomes criminal. It's redefined as a threat to national security. So I'm very grateful to Joe Rogan and Chris Rufo for having these conversations and for calling out our cultural elite for their absurd and increasingly ridiculous political illiteracy. Hey, gang, I just wanted to give you a huge note of thanks to each and every one of you, the thousands of you that have recently clicked on the link below and joined our Insiders Club. As many of you know, we took a big hit from big tech. Our channel was completely and totally demonetized, but you, literally thousands of you, stepped in and you rescued me and this channel by bypassing big tech and joining our Insiders Club. You made it loud and clear to the Silicon Valley oligarchs that we're a movement, an army of like-minded patriots who refuse to be silenced by the international woke police. And so once again, I just want to take this moment to thank each and every one of you who have joined our Insiders Club for coming to our rescue. And for those of you who want to join in on the effort and take action, gang, just click on the link below and join our email list. That way we will never, ever, ever lose touch with each other, no matter what big tech does. So just click on that link below, join our email list, and become a part of an army of literally hundreds of thousands of patriots dedicated to taking our nation back, most importantly, together.